rating we're giving ourselves right now?
I mean, I said in my press conference, like, winning is the only satisfying result, but that doesn't mean I'm not proud of myself, like, throughout the tournament. I think I'll only be satisfied if I win, but I'm also proud of myself regardless of how I do in the tournament.
Coco Gauff just kicked off the Australian Open by taking her first-round match, handling Kamila Rakimova 6-2, 6-3, shattered 4 records on the way, and then strolled into her press conference with a plot twist of her own. She admitted that losing early hits the exact same as losing in a final. To her, both are straight-up losses. She's here for the trophy, period. Anything less doesn't move the needle anymore. So is this all-or-nothing mindset the fuel champions are made of, or could it be pressure loading up? Sound off in the comments. Coco Gauff just notched her 75th career Grand Slam win, took out Rakimova 6-2, 6-3 in the first round, and then sat down to get brutally transparent about her standards, her headspace, and what success actually means at this stage of her career.
Everyone is pretty proud of you, of your performance in the first round, and also you've said in your press conferences you don't want to resort back to old habits. How do you think you performed in that aspect?
Yeah, I thought I did well. I thought didn't rush to point. She plays really low, so just trying my best to get the ball up. And yeah, I think in the last game I had a couple forehands and I accelerated. And yeah, I mean, I think I would have rather held serve in that one game. But yeah, I think it's the beauty of being a good returner, you know, that you're have a good high chance.
The quote that's blowing up is short but loaded. I've lost in first rounds before, and I've always bounced back. So I try not to stress in the early rounds. At this point, I just want to win the whole tournament. Lose in first round or in the final, it'll feel the same. Let's break that down, because it's wild when you really think about it. Coco is basically saying that in her mind, a first-round exit hits the same emotionally as falling in the final. Both are failures to reach her ultimate goal, lifting the trophy. There's no consolation for going deep, no moral victory for making semis. It's simple. Either she wins or it's a letdown. That's the mindset of someone who's already claimed multiple Grand Slams and knows the stakes. Coco isn't at a point in her career where quarterfinals feel like a win. She's been there, done that, and moved on. She's won the US Open. She's won the French Open. She knows exactly what holding a Grand Slam looks and feels like. And now, anything less than adding another trophy to that shelf just doesn't cut it.
Plenty of today, and you have an interesting second round, a left-handed Danilovic. She is a feisty player out there. Are you looking forward to having the experience of playing a lefty? Because it does bring a different aspect.
Yeah, for sure. I did practice with Alex Fiala earlier, so hopefully that practice will help me in tomorrow's match playing with a lefty. There's not many on tour, but like you said, Olga's a great player. She's beat some top players, especially at this tournament, so it's going to be a tough match, but I'm looking forward to it.
The match itself against Rakimova.
This mindset, it's both a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing because it keeps you hungry, never satisfied, always chasing more. You don't sit on past wins. You don't get cozy. That relentless push is what separates good players from legends. It's what drives athletes to keep leveling up even after reaching the peak. But here's the flip side. It's also a curse because it piles on serious pressure. If every loss stings the same, no matter when it happens, you're inviting a ton of emotional stress. Tennis is brutal like that. Even the top players lose far more than they win. There are 4 Grand Slams a year and only 1 winner per event. Even if you're the best in the world, that's at least 3 major losses a year, often more. So if Coco truly feels a first-round loss like a final defeat, that's a mountain of negative emotion to handle. Most players build mental systems where deep runs feel like wins, even without lifting the trophy. Finals are better than semis, semis better than quarters, a graduated scale to soften losses and keep motivation alive. But Coco seems to have ditched that framework. She's all in on winning titles. Everything else, meaningless. It's a bold psychological play, and it's going to be fascinating to watch how it shapes her performance over time.
Coco, and congratulations, and you're on to the second round, everyone.
Coco Gauff's performance against Rakimova was the perfect snapshot of her current mindset. She controlled the baseline with insane defensive skills and unmatched court coverage. Her forehand, once a weak spot, now feels like a legitimate weapon. Her backhand, still rock solid. She broke Rakimova's serve 6 times and won in straight sets without too much drama, though serving hiccups still lurked in the background, threatening at the worst possible moments. Her first glimpse of Rod Laver Arena this year was at the One Point Slam promo event, where she smashed a serve straight into the net. Not close, not a tiny miss, a total wipeout that ended her run immediately. Then came the actual match, and her opening service game included 3 double faults, 3 in one game. That's the kind of start that can derail a player if it gets in their head. But Coco grinded through it, held serve, and settled into the rhythm of the match. That mental toughness is part of what makes her so dangerous. Things go wrong, she adjusts, and she moves on. Even when she failed to serve out the match at 5-2 in the second set, it was clear the serving struggles are still there. She double faulted at the worst possible moment, got broken back, and frustration flashed across her face for a split second, but she immediately broke Rakimova again to close it 6-3. No panic, no meltdown, just a reset and execution. Her comments on managing first-round nerves show her mental evolution. I've lost in first rounds before and always bounced back, so I try not to put pressure on myself early. She's referencing the early career losses where she stumbled initially but recovered in the next tournaments, learning that a single bad match doesn't define her. Your career is measured over months and years, not one game. But then she follows it up with saying she only cares about winning the tournament, which seems to contradict the no-pressure mindset. If you truly feel losing round 1 equals losing the final, that's enormous self-imposed pressure. Essentially, 99% of outcomes feel equally disappointing. Maybe that's how elite athletes operate. Maybe you need that extreme mindset to push your limits. Maybe good enough is the enemy of greatness. Coco has realized that demanding perfection is the only way to maximize her potential. The records she broke in this match back that up. 75 career Grand Slam wins at just 21? That's historically elite. Most players don't hit 75 majors in their entire career, and she did it before turning 22. That kind of sustained excellence set sky-high expectations from everyone else, but also from herself. Coco Gauff's 22 consecutive wins against non-top 50 players at Grand Slams show just how consistent and professional she's become. When she faces lower-ranked opponents, she handles business. No complacency, no underestimating anyone. She knows tournaments are won by dominating the matches you're supposed to win, and that's exactly what she does. Her 23-4 record in first-round Grand Slam matches is just as insane. 4 losses in 27 attempts. That's an 85% win rate in a round where nerves and rust can wreck careers. Coco has mastered first-round jitters better than almost anyone on tour. Part of that is natural talent, part is experience, and part is the mental system she's built where early losses don't spiral out of control. Her 7th consecutive Australian Open appearance at 21 highlights the longevity she's already developing. Most players her age are still trying to find their footing. Coco has been a fixture at majors for 7 straight years. That kind of sustained excellence over time is impressive. The past 5 months have been particularly fascinating for her development. After her serve collapsed over the summer, she made a bold move, splitting with coach Matt Daly and hiring biomechanics specialist Gavin McMillan to rebuild her serve from scratch. And she did it right before the U.S. Open. Crazy timing. Most players would wait until the off-season, but she decided it was urgent. Over 5 months, she completely restructured her serving motion, aiming to streamline it and make it reliable. The results have been mixed, sometimes smooth, sometimes disastrous, like in today's opening service game. The inconsistency frustrates because you can see the potential of the serve, but it's not fully there yet. The good news? Coco has enough other weapons to win even when the serve falters. Her baseline game is elite. Court coverage, unmatched. Shot selection, smart. She can dominate without serving well, rare in modern tennis where the serve is so critical. The bad news? Against the very best players, the serve matters more. You can't hand free points to elite opponents like Ariana Sabalenka or Elena Rybakina. Margins shrink dramatically against top-tier competition. Next up is Olga Danilovic, who just beat Venus Williams in round 1. Danilovic is solid and dangerous, but she's not on Gauff's level. This should be another match where Coco's baseline dominance carries her, even if the serve still struggles. The real test will come deeper in the tournament, facing top 10 opponents. Can she win a slam with a serve that's still a work in progress? She did it at the French Open last year, so yes, it's possible. But Melbourne's faster hard courts reward a strong serve more than Roland Garros' slow clay. What's fascinating is what Coco said about her mindset. She's not satisfied with deep runs or semifinals. She wants titles, period. Everything else feels incomplete. That mindset drives sustained excellence, but it can also lead to burnout and disappointment if mishandled. The question is whether she can maintain this all-or-nothing approach over a long career without it taking a toll. Tennis careers last decades. There will be years without majors and stretches of struggle. If every tournament that doesn't end with her holding a trophy feels like failure, that's a lot of negative emotion to process over 10 to 15 years. Maybe she'll adjust as she matures and learn to value deep runs, or maybe this relentless pursuit of perfection is exactly what she needs to maximize her potential, and she'll never compromise. Either way, the interview shows exactly where Coco's head is at. She's not here to participate, collect participation trophies, or settle for semifinals. She's here to win Grand Slams. Anything less is unacceptable, and she's willing to put that pressure on herself publicly, which takes guts. The Australian Open is a huge opportunity. She's never won here and never made the final. If she strings together 2 strong weeks, navigates the draw, and finds serve consistency, she could absolutely lift this trophy. The talent is there, the mental game is there. Now it's about execution. Coco just told the world losing round 1 feels the same as losing the final. Both are failures. She's only here to win titles. If you think that mindset makes her unstoppable, smash that like button. If you think it adds too much pressure, hit subscribe and tell us why.